Japan is a mystery. It's the ideal combination of centuries-old traditions with cutting-edge technology. Many first-time visitors to Japan are startled to hear that, in addition to being one of the world's most advanced industrialized nations, Japan has a rich and intriguing history dating back thousands of years. Travelers will find highland onsen, hot spring settlements, peaceful beach-lined islands, and bustling megacities on the menu in Japan. You might easily spend a lifetime enjoying the country's delights, but there are a few towns and sites that are must-sees on every trip to Japan. In this video, we will be revealing to you the 10 best places to visit in Japan and, of course, alongside the historical facts that would be shared. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel before we continue. Also, keep in mind you can check us out on our website www.tier1flights.com in the description box below for anything about travel, flights bookings, hotel reservations, and lots more. With our list of the top tourist attractions in Japan ready to appear on your screen, relax and enjoy the 10 finest places to visit in Japan. Number 1. Historic Kyoto. Kyoto, one of Japan's most popular tourist destinations, gets more than 10 million people each year. It is one of the few towns in the country that was spared the ravages of World War II. The majority of them have come to see Kyoto's beautiful old streets and buildings, most of which have remained unaltered since the imperial family first settled here over 1,000 years ago. The city was already Japan's most important cultural hub at the time. This history lives on today with the city's several museums and art galleries, each brimming with important sculptures, paintings, and other works of art. The many well-preserved temples, 30 of which are still in operation, and major structures such as the 14th century Golden Pavilion, Kinkaku-ji, noted for its magnificent gold leaf-clad exterior, are highlights of Kyoto's Buddhist-influenced architecture. Nijo Castle, a 17th century fortification with its original walls, towers, and moat, is also worth a visit. The castle's gorgeous gates, as well as its palace with superb interior decor, are worth viewing. Number 2. Temple City, historic Nara. The magnificent unspoiled city of Nara, which has been the center of Japanese culture for generations, is home to a huge number of historic structures, as well as notable national treasures and pieces of art. Aside from its many historic streets, the city is home to several significant old temples. The majestic 7th century Kofukuji Temple, arguably the most well-known of Nara's 7 great temples, and the splendid 8th century Todaiji Great East Temple, notable for its massive bronze statue of the Great Buddha, Debutsu, produced here in AD 749, are among them. Todai Great G's South Gate is also worth seeing, Nandaemun. This magnificent 2-story edifice guards the temple entrance and is supported by 18 columns with 2 Nyo sculptures standing 8 meters tall. The Hall of the Great Buddha, the world's largest timber structure, is also worth mentioning. Number 3. Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji, Fujisan, without a doubt Japan's most iconic site, is also the country's tallest mountain summit. This spectacular and fabled mountain, which rises 3,776 meters above an otherwise fairly flat landscape to the south and east, can be seen from Tokyo, more than 100 kilometers distant. Mount Fuji has been praised in art and literature for ages, and it is now regarded as such an iconic figure that UNESCO acknowledged its global cultural value in 2013. Mount Fuji, which is part of the Fuji Hakone-Eizu National Park, is ascended by over 1 million people each summer as a pilgrimage that culminates in a dawn view from its peak. While some climbers still start at the bottom, many now begin their ascent beyond the halfway point at the 5th station, resulting in a more manageable 6-hour trek. Those planning to complete the climb should leave in the afternoon, breaking it up with an overnight stay at one of the mountain huts created specifically for this purpose. You can go to the summit the dawn the next day if you get up early. For many, simply seeing the mountain from afar or from the safety of a speeding train is enough to say, been there, done that. Number 4. Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. While nothing needs to be said about the horrors of Hiroshima's atomic bombing in August 1945, there is plenty to be said about the remarkable efforts made by this lively city to memorialize the countless victims of the world's first nuclear attack. Hiroshima, maybe more crucially, has become a symbol of permanent peace. Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park, Hiroshima Heiwa Ken, is visited by over 1 million people each year. Many of them are from outside of Japan. It is located at the epicenter of the atomic blast in what was once a lively area of the city. Several significant monuments, memorials, and museums linked to the events of that dreadful day can be found here. In addition to the grounds and gardens with their vibrant cherry blossoms, the park is home to the Peace Memorial Museum, which houses several exhibits on the topic of international peace. The Atom Bomb Dome, the ruins of an administrative structure that was at the heart of the explosion, is also located here, as the memorial cenotaph and the Flame of Peace. Number 5. Osaka Castle. Osaka Castle, Saka-ji, was the country's largest and most important stronghold at the time. It was built in 1586 by Toyotomi Hideyoshi, a prominent Japanese warrior and politician. Although it has been destroyed and rebuilt several times since then, the current construction, which was built in 1931, is still true to the original. The massive 5-story, the 42-meter-tall main tower is one of the highlights of a visit. The tower, which stands on a 14-meter-high stone base, houses several exhibits about the castle and the city's history. Visit the top level for spectacular views of Osaka, which are especially appealing as the sun sets. The Hokoku Shrine is also worth visiting at Osaka Castle Park, as is Osaka's most well-known temple, Shitenji, which dates from AD 59. This gorgeous shrine, which includes a 5-story pagoda and a variety of other exquisitely adorned buildings, is known as Japan's earliest Buddhist temple. The Golden Pavilion, Kond, with its excellent statues and paintings, the lecture hall, KD, and a lovely covered hallway connecting 3 of the site's gates are just a few of them. Number 6. The Island Shrine of Itsukushima, Miyajima. The island of Miyajima, often known as Japan's Shrine Island, is only a short ferry trip from mainland Hiroshima. Miyajima is primarily known for the Itsukushima Shrine, a Shinto temple dedicated to the princess daughters of the wind god Susanoo, which spans 30 square kilometers in Hiroshima Bay. The majority of the shrine's buildings, which date from the 8th century, rise out of the waters of a little bay, supported only by piling. At high tide, the effect is breathtaking, giving various monuments, especially the famous Great Floating Gate, Otori, the appearance of floating on water. It's a wonderful area to explore, especially the larger rooms, which are connected by walkways and bridges. The Honden, Main Hall, the Offerings Hall, Haiden, the Prayer Hall, Hayden, and the Hall of 1,000 Mats are only a few of them, Senjokaku. The shrine stage is another prominent feature, where visitors can enjoy traditional dances and musical performances. The island's beautiful lawns and gardens, which are home to wild deer and numerous bird colonies, are well worth seeing. Number 7. Imperial Tokyo. The Imperial Palace, with its lovely 17th century gardens enclosed by walls and moats, is a must-see for anybody visiting the nation's capital. Don't let the fact that most of the palace is closed to the public, it's still in use by the imperial family, deter you. There's plenty to see just meandering around the grounds. Visitors are allowed inside the East Higashi-gyon Garden and other places that are available to the public as part of an arranged tour, in addition to the many beautiful views of the palace from various points in the surrounding parkland. The famed Nijubashi Bridge, or Double Bridge, is known for its aquatic reflection and offers one of the most picturesque views. The park's diverse flora and fauna, which includes uncommon ptarmigan and mountain antelopes found at higher elevations, are particularly interesting. The park's numerous hot springs also attract visitors, leading to the establishment of several spas and vacation resorts, the most well-known of which is Kamichi. Number 9. Fukuoka Castle ruins and the city's ancient festivals. The ruins of Fukuoka Castle, which was built in the early 1600s, are in the midst of Maizuru Park. The castle was previously a remarkable illustration of shoguns and city rulers' preference for numerous and imposing mountaintop mansions. However, as a reaction to the feudal system, it was demolished after the Meiji Restoration. Only the ruins of the castle, including the main gate and one of the turrets, exist today. The lush walking pathways and scenic lookouts with wonderful views across the Naka River are the main draws for visitors. You may enjoy views of the city beyond the ruins if you climb to the summit. In the spring, when the cherry blossoms are in full bloom, the park is extremely stunning. Fukuoka is also recognized for its many festivals and events. The most well-known of these is Hakata Jonyama-kasa, a 700-year-old 2-week-long festival celebrated each July that attracts millions of tourists from throughout the country to its colorful parades, traditional races, and costumes. Modern attractions abound throughout the city as well. The most famous of them is Canal City Hakata, a city within a city with a canal flowing through it. as well as magnificent stores, hotels, restaurants, and a theater. Number 10. Koyasan Okunoin. While a cemetery may not appear to be an apparent top destination, Koyasan Okunoin in Japan is an exception. This prominent pilgrimage site includes the mausoleum of Kobo Daishi, the founder of Shingon Buddhism, and is one of the most sacred places in the country. Daishi, also known as Kukai, is one of Japan's most influential Buddhist figures. He is reported to be in endless meditation as he awaits the Buddha of the future. Those that visit his mausoleum do so to seek salvation in this life. Visitors will cross the Itsukushima Bridge, which is the first bridge inside the cemetery when they arrive. Visitors will pass over 200,000 tombstones on their route to the mausoleum. The road leads to Gokusho Offering Hall, where visitors can make offerings and pray for deceased family members. The Gobibashi Bridge, a second bridge, connects the site's most sacred center to the rest of the cemetery. The Muroku Stone, as well as Torodo Hall, the main worship hall just in front of the mausoleum, can be found here. Thousands of lamps illuminate the hall. The mausoleum itself sits behind the hall, and visiting it is an incredible experience. Whether you believe it or not, you'll sense the power of something as pilgrims from all over the country gather to chant and pray in the presence of Kobo Daishi. There you have it, guys, our list of 10 finest places to visit in Japan. You can add any other locations you choose. After all, it's all part of the journey. We wish you a pleasant vacation. We come to the end of this video. I hope it provided you with the information required and that you enjoyed it as well. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel for more. And don't forget to check out our website www.tier1flights.com for anything about travel, flights bookings, hotel reservations, and lots more. See you next time.